Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Happy Friday and all that sort of stuff. I thought today we might take one of the robots we were working on yesterday that we didn't use and go with it. And this was our second favorite that we liked. So I thought I might just take it and then use it. And then I'm going to put it in, I think, a glass Skyway bridge. That's my plan. So let's grab the bot. Copy him. And just paste him to a new blender. And move him back to the center. Take a look. And let's save. New 250509. Bot and Skyway bridge. Alrighty, so they have no materials as of right now, and we might want to detail them out some more too. We have, courtesy of the original model we bashed from on the arms, there are some cables and such on the arms, and we might want to continue that in, and we might want to add some more detail to other places as well. Let's see. I think the first thing I want to do is actually put an eye thing in the center of this bad boy. Well, let's take a look. We don't have a center vertex, so we'll take this. Yeah. And W, subdivide it just to give us a center vertex that we can Q, add a circle to, go all the way out to there. Cool. Now, actually, this is kind of a neat looking shape. Let's 3. Take all that and GY in, no, E. Just a bit further in again. Cool. And maybe scale and take it to like that. Okay. Cool. Now let's grab our eyepiece and E and bring it forward here. And let's apply. Do our usual back and forth. I'm just gonna get rid of those. One. Go to that. 2. Come on. AM distance. Okay, now we should be able to get rid of it, right? No. Weird. All right, fine. I don't really need to. That and that. And bevel it. And we'll give it a couple circles. Just like that. Cool. I'll take this, and we're going to make it a new one. And yellow again. Yellow seems good. Or maybe green this time. Let's do green. Okay. Did it not add the sign? There we go. Green emissive material. Cool. Now, feels like we should. I haven't given any of this thing an interior material yet, but let's just grab Shift G coplanar. I don't want these. Actually, fine. Just grab these. There's what I want. And plus a sign. And I'm going to give it something else. Let's see. Metals. Yeah. Like a dark anodized metal. There we go. Let's add that there. I haven't said what we're going to do with the rest of it yet, but that's fine. And then tab. And cool. Add edge up there. And bevel it. We just want 2 though. And then GG and bring it. Well, maybe not. There we go. Put it to here. There we go. Now bevel it. Okay. And now plus 2. Fill that. Yep. And we'll go special glass frosted, add material, and back again, and 2. Let's see which one. Actually, before we go, let's see which way it's going. Face orientation, good, going the right way. Fill, glass frosted. See if that's going the right way. No. Shift N. Now it is. Now that should give us something that's not working yet. Okay. Glass frosted, assign, hide, glass frosted, assign. There we go. Unhide everything. And now we have our glass going over our eyeball. No matter what else we do, I think we like that. So that's cool. Kind of working a little bit out of order, but that's fine. I want to create some cables, I think, to connect these arm sections here. Create a cable. Let's go here to here and scale it way down. Create another one from here to here. Okay. That's cool. Create another one on the far side so we can see it. And we'll pull it out a little bit just to give us a bit more of a reach on it. There we go. And then another one to like there. Cool. Those are looking all right. Let's create a few more. Here to here. Cool. Here to here. Good deal. Couple more. Let's go down the center. There to there. Yeah, that's fun. And kind of the same vibe down the backside. There to there. Although that one, I think I want to simulate. That's better. Cool. And maybe we simulate this one too. Whew. That's a way I was not expecting. Didn't want to do that. Let's just edit instead then. Okay, that's better. Kind of not actually. I don't really like it. Let's just get rid of it. I like the bottom one though. Let's get a few more. Let's try from here to here. Cool. That's better. Yeah. And then just bullshit cables, basically. D. Here we go. And Yeah. Lots of just bullshitisms, but fun. So let's use them. Do we want any more into other parts of his body? I think we might this time. Just kind of, we'll cable out a bit. Where do we want to put them? Here. Let's scale that up a bit. Cool. We're staying on this side because we're going to mirror them. Scale that one down a little bit. And then cool. Nice. Trying to get that sense of movement on it, basically, right? Cables help with that a lot. So let's take our cables and join them together and give them a material. I'm just going to go with rubber, I think. It's an abstract, yes. Rubber. Add material. And let's convert it to mesh. And mirror it. I got cables on both sides now. Cool. Let's save. Now, do you want to add more sort of mechanical parts or leave that up to maybe the future? Let's see. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to, I think, just delete that one. So we all have those as the robot. And now tab A, U, Smart UV project. Maybe let's throw material on it, see what it looks like. And we'll do metal sheeting with the dirt, without the dirt. I mean, I like dirt. I just do. Let's get this out the way. And shading. Did I put it on? I went on the wrong one, didn't it? Rubber. Fine. Metal sheet there, and this one should be rubber. Okay, but back to metal sheeting. We're going to set our distance to like 0.1 and our radius here to like 0.02. Let's take a look. He is not mirrored. Let's mirror him. Do we like the yellow side or that yellow side? Oh. I think that yellow side's better. That looks fun. We can do a few things otherwise. Let's grab this face here. L. Select sharp. Right, yes. And A and G. Ooh, it's multiple pieces, isn't it? Well, let's fix that. We're going to make that U cube projection. Yeah, it's all one now. Or even, let's go to view, U, project from view. There we go. That gives us a nice clean panel. Scale that down. Put it there. Let's see what we got. It's a nice looking panel now. Maybe too nice. Let's see. Just see if we like one of the gray ones better. Kind of think about lining it up with that dark spot there. That. It's kind of cool. We could try doing the same thing here. No. Or we could get funky. No. So many options, right? You just kind of try stuff. That might be okay, though. Might be a bit too big. Yeah, I think it is a bit too big. And maybe ultimately we'll just do with a standard panel. But we'll have tried, right? Maybe if we're flat, but yeah, we're just gonna go with straight panel. That's fine. Save. Looks like we lost our light, which isn't. Oh, because that got turned to. Yes, we did. Somehow we didn't assign it. Plus, assign to glass frosted. Hide. Assign to glass frosted. Alt hide. Need to move this one out. Hello. Good to see you. Let's see. Is it just the one or is it both? X faces. That's undo. Alt hide. X face. To GG. We need to pull it out a little bit more. Fill it. Maybe we're not. Let's do it this way. 1 and 1. R1, sure. Control E, bridge edge loops, not bevel edge loops. Control E, bridge edge loops. Cool, that's better. UV unwrapping, I know, right? It's fun. That's glass frosted, assign. There we go. Nice. That's working for us okay. Let's maybe do a little more. Sort of seeing some things here. Sharpen. Yeah, it fixes that. And we are still mirrored, right? Let's apply because I don't remember which way we're going. Mirrored that way. Okay. And then we get this thing. 3. Hide, right? No. Okay, it is there. E further in and scale it like that. Cool. And material plus assign yellow, sure. Okay. And now that's 2 is good. Fill. All right. Can't. GG. Fill. Still not quite there. these further in. There we go. Now this should do it, right? Fill, yes. Okay. And it's going to be glass frosted. Check our normals. Shift N, recalculate for that to be inside. Cool. Now here, fill, Shift N. Good, although the other one's too close again. Hide. Three, hide. GX. Alt hide. There we go. Take a look. Okay, something didn't get assigned. Glass frosted. Assign. Okay. Where's my center light? Getting weird there. What's going on? Did I cover something up by accident? Hide. No. Or did I lose the other one? L. Yeah, I did lose the other one, I guess. Make sure. No. That should be the other one. Let's go to this face again. Or series of faces, I guess. Try this one more time. Faces. Okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be there. Okay. 2. That and that. That looks right. Yeah. Control E, bridge edge loops. No, weird. In like that. I see. I just want a face. Let's try it this way. Control E, bridge edge loops. S, Y, 0. Okay, that looks better. Does that work for us? Well, it might if we had the right assign. Something's cutting our space underneath it, though. Getting weird look through on it. All right, delete faces. We're just going to do this again. Okay, it was that inner one. That's what's screwing us. Let's try this again. Fill SY0. There we go. Screw you. Oh, I need bridge edge loops. SY0. Maybe? Oh. No, hide. And then this one. Glass. My nemesis. It's pretty much everyone's nemesis. There we go. Now it's looking right. Good deal. Okay. Got to get our 2 panes of glass so the IOR works correctly, and then we just got to get them so that they're actual real panes. Which is a real pane. Da-dum. Okay. Let's just, I'm going to mess with this face now. L. UV, where's it going? It's all over the place. 1, U, project from view. Here we go. Now I got a simple plane. A, G, and we we can move it, and it's mirrored, which is kind of interesting. So let's just do things like that. That's badass. Cool, we're doing that. That's much better. Just kind of keeping an eye on, see if there's any other one of those like that we want to do. This back panel here too. It's probably multiple panels, yep. So let's get it roughly straight on for us again. Project from view. Let's scale it down. And we could even do that. Let's see if we can't SX minus 1, because we don't really care. We just want to line it up to that. Yeah, that's cooler. The rest of these are kind of happy accidents and whatever weirdness, but I like it, so we'll leave it alone. Ah, go away. Okay, we're going to give tab 1 plus 3 that, plus assign it to booster material. But we learned yesterday we want to make that like 2 and not 50. Just to give us some light down there. And I'm liking him. He's fun. Like I said, he was my second choice yesterday. So I just wanted to kind of play with him a bit today. Or maybe this panel too? See, you start UV playing, it never ends. L plus. Get a front on view, yeah. Project from view. And now UV editing, let's go take a look. A, G. Move that into more just a straight simple panel. Or maybe like that. It's kind of cool, but I wish it was straight. I mean, there are tools to straighten them, but UV tools are a pain in my ass. UV editing is a pain in the ass. Let's see. Can we just shrink that in? Take it to... Let me just scale the whole thing down. Just kind of see if we can use this to give us something we like. The answer may be no. But either way, I think I want to make it so it is a single panel color. That's too dark. That's too blue. That's better. Yeah, okay. We'll just go with that. Yeah, you can certainly do that. But I kind of like finding the happies. And I don't know. Again, I'm not trying to make a professionally UV model. I'm trying to find some neat things. So, okay. That works for me. We're going to go with that. Let's start doing the second half of what we were planning then, which is the skywalk. And I'm going to bring a person into, even though this thing is relatively human scaled, just because it's going to help me be accurate. Okay, and now we'll bring him up too. So he floats at like that level. Whee! He's a cyborg now. Okay, so we're going to do like a sky bridge across between buildings. Shouldn't be too complicated. Let's start with a cube. Okay, and I think what? 3 meters? Probably a good size for height. Yeah, and maybe a little wider than 3 meters, maybe 5 meters wide. Let's see. 5 meters wide feels good. It's like 2 walking paths. Okay. So 3 by 5 by 3 are going to be our sections. For the internal part anyway. E3, right? Yeah. Shift R. How long do we want to make it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sure. 30 meters long. It's about a set size, which is what we're kind of thinking of in terms of here. Okay. And I think I'm going to mirror it. And we're just going to turn on that so I can fucking see what I'm doing. Before we do that, Control A, rotation and scale. Now bevel. That's better. Okay. Something like that. And I think we're going to do the same thing on the bottom, but not as much. Something like that. Oh, let's just turn off face orientation. Like that. Kind of alrighty. Not entirely sure. Oh, nothing's mandatory. I mean, there are no mandatories, but it just makes it easier, you know. Like, otherwise, you put a real person in there, and you're like, "Oops, that wasn't the same scale I thought it was." And then some objects are, and some objects are. It's a pain. It's just easier with Blender, I think, to do it that way. But you know, if you don't wanna, you don't have to. Okay, so that's gonna be our base form for our walkway. How do we want to do this? We're going to need an inside section, an outside section, and a glass section of this sucker. Let's make this be the frame. It shouldn't be cameras. New collection. Okay. So we're going to duplicate it first. We're going to call it glass, just so I don't get confused. And our glass, we want to solidify, because you want glass to have 2 sides anyway. And we'll go out. And we're going to solidify it. I hate these minuses. 1 and 0.05. So that would be 2-inch thick glass. Seems about right for an industrial thing. Leaving our internal walkway entirely inside right now, because that glass just goes out. So this would be our internal shape size. So we could even call it that if we wanted to. Internal frame. Or guide. I think that's what it's going to wind up being. And then, hi, Unquiet. Good to see you, man. Forgot that. Then we're going to take our glass and we're just going to apply all, or apply that anyway. And now tab, and let's just solo it. I want to make sure. That's the best way to do this. I don't think yep, good. We are not selected on the inside. Cool. Shift D, P section, and we're going to call this our There we go. Where'd we go? Glass 1. Is that the outer one? Or the inner one? Which one have I got here? That is the outer one. Cool. Exterior guide. Yeah. So we got our lighting or our glass set up with the forms. We got our internal and external guides. And the reason for that, I think, is we're probably not going to have a frame over the whole thing, but we're going to want to use maybe random flow or something on top. So we'll see what happens. Tab. So this is our external guide. So let's say we want that. Do we want it to be covered in the floor all the way? I think we do want the floor all the way. But that might be on the inside too. So many things to play with. Let's actually, yeah. Let's just look at glass for a second. I'm just trying to think of the best way to do this. Apologize. We know we don't want, let's get rid of the places we don't want glass. We don't want glass on the ends for sure. And why do I have 2 selected? I'm going to hide external. Go away, go away. Glass, cool. X face, yeah, because it's doubled. X face. I don't think I want glass on the bottom. I'm not sure about these little side lip things, but I don't want glass here. And I don't want glass here, so we just get rid of that too. Okay. That's working for us. We can just make it glass. We can start seeing it too. Maybe that's a good thing to do. Keep it frosted. Yeah, well, like Frosty's kind of fun, at least for right now. Like a snowman. There we go. Might be a little too frosted. Let's make it its own thing so we can adjust it later. And we'll call it Skyway glass. Cool. Save. Internal guide. Turn that back on. And we're going to make this. Edit the internal guide and just grab the floor. And separate off into a floor. Shift D. P. Section. Tab. And make this one. We're going to be naming things today. Floor. Okay. And that should be, yeah, lining up well, perfectly. Good deal. Yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just better to stay in regular scale for if you're doing regular things. I mean, if you're where it's, I mean, where you can't, I did a space station for a friend's role-playing game the other day, and it was like 1,600 kilometers across, and I didn't do it that big. It just gets too hard to deal with. But if you're going to have humans in the scene, probably a good idea to keep human scale. Okay, he's got a floor, he's got walls. Now, what I'm wondering about is, do I want to see Maybe I don't need the exterior guide. I might just do the interior and then build it on itself. We're going to see. Interior guide comes on. It's everything in there. Kind of depends which way we're going to look at it from, right? I mean, and I'm kind of trying to design it so it can be both, because I'm crazy like that. Internal guide. Okay. Let's use it to see. We don't want the floor. We don't want these. Just kind of I want to keep it around in case I ever need it, is the thing. So I don't want to destroy it. Yeah. So this is a kind of a wall section if we wanted to use it as a basis for a wall section. So we could take this now. I'll call it walls or framework. Frame. And let's give it a wireframe. It's going to give us that. Cool. Like that's your very straightforward. Yeah, turn glass back on. We have a walkway. Like we could stop there if we wanted to. We're not going to stop there, but we could. Frame. Yeah, you don't want to necessarily do that, particularly not, as you said, light and volumetrics get very tricky if you're not doing it realistically. I mean, you can do it based on what looks right, but it's just easier just to do it the other way. Like the whole point of these tools is that they're designed to do things physically accurately. You might as well give them the information they need to do that. So we just beveled that in a little bit. That's better. Cool. Now, we want to put some sci-fi into this. I mean, not that this couldn't work on its own, but let's just try some things anyway and see what happens. We'll go with our internal guide and grab it again. And just grab, actually, let's do the roof. That'd be a good place to start. Shift Q, random flow, settings to turn off the dynamic scale so I can have real scale measurements and know what the heck I'm doing. Loop extrudes. Cut 3. Global settings. We're going to turn even offset off. And auxiliary. We don't want to loop from source. We want to loop on top of itself. Right. And I think the problem is these may not have a bottom thing, but let's just look and see. Oh, and F9. And I also don't want to, or is it? Okay, fine. I'll have to do it this way now. Clear the parent. So I can kill internal guide. And we got these panels now. And they're inside. Where are they? Yeah. Take a look. They are on the inside going up into our, and actually I want to do it different. I want to do it reverse that. So I'm actually going to delete them again and go back to internal guide. Face orientation, tab A, internal guide, tab A, shift N, inside. Okay, cool. There we go, 3. There we go. Now, we'll use that as our source. And settings. We're not going to parent to source either. And loop extrude. Cuts. I don't know. Can't even see them right now. Loop extrude. There we go. That's kind of interesting. Cuts. 3, sure. And then where is our internal cuts? Where am I? Come on. I'm blind. Loop subdivision. There we go. 1 and 2. So we get big, medium, and small going into there. Let's make the depth bigger. Depth max of 0.1, 0.05, and yeah. And maybe we'll do both those. Make this one 0.05. Maybe you go take this one to 0.1 and this one to 0.2. Don't have to be halving every time, but and ooh. That's kind of fun. Turn off that. That gives us this on our roof. Yeah, all right, nice. That helps us out. This is our floor. Yeah, we need to change it. Actually, just to make our lives easier, let's solidify our floor as well. There we go. Hey, Michael. And that's, yes, that's given us that sci-fi look on the ceiling that we like. We can panelify that too nicely. And we might want some of that same kind of stuff on the floor. We also might want a few that are filled in kind of neatly. I was thinking, where's our guide? Solar guide, tab. Turn off the face orientation on the guide. Okay, 1, 3. Let's look and see. I want to do 2. Add a loop there. Yes. And don't have to do the same, but a loop there. Okay. Then I want to do knife with a cut through here. So it should do the same on both sides. Yes. Okay. Then I want to take this. Oh, we're mirrored anyway, aren't we? Yeah, we're mirrored anyway. Doesn't matter. And bevel it. Oh, interesting. Maybe like that. That could be kind of fun. Okay, and then 3. That's a weird looking intersection. I'm not sure I like it. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that. Let's do it differently. Back, undo. Let's just take it, okay, here to here. Yeah, we'll do that full thing. Yes. Although, even that, kind of want to do okay. We're just going to line it up as by eye, but right. That's close enough for government work. The bottom one's okay. Good deal. Shift D, P, section. Grab it. Turn off internal guide. And again, solidify. Out. We can go a little bit further. So we're getting that now. And I think we might want to, let's do the solidify offset of minus 0.75. Now it goes in a little bit too. Let's see if that does it for what we want. Maybe a bit more. Cool. Nice. Kind of gives us some movement and some breaking up of the forms, which is cool. And diagonal cut lines are high tech in sci-fi, right? Save. Let's bevel it again. What's the bevel we used on this one? That, okay. I'm just going to try and do the same. Q, bevel. And there we go. So now that bevel and that other bevel should match reasonably well. They do. All right. Keep an eye on the time. We're doing good. We don't have anything going across the top on the outside. If we wanted to, we should probably take this bad boy. Right, that's the big one, right? Yeah. Solo it. Okay. And how do we want to deal with it? Shift D, SZ -1. Oh, come on. Where's our object? Set origin to geometry. SZ -1. GZ. Up. Okay, so that now. Why is it extending out over that? That's bizarre. No. Where is our shape? That's our shape, right? Okay. Apply. Object set origin to 3D to geometry. SC -1. Good. No. I thought I duplicated it. Now I did. SC -1. GZ. Oh. That's fine. The modern world isn't ready for diagonal. Yeah, exactly. You can't handle the truth. So now that goes above. We have some stuff on the outside too, which will become fun because now we can take this one, the outside one. Let's just check our normals on it. Good. It's the right way. And Shift G, coplanar. Actually, Shift G, normal. So everything going up, none of the side ones. Cool. Random loop extrude. Depth of, max depth of 2. But a covering of only 10%. I haven't got that yet. We don't want this one. Let's just turn it off. Seed. kind of want it mirrored, though. Well, let's mirror it. Extrude. 1. That's not too bad. Famous last words, right? It doesn't suck. Yeah. 2. That's kind of neat. And 25. That gives us some more tiny ones going up. Yeah, I like that. That's fun. Let's do that. Then let's take these, and they're mirrored, all of them. And utilities, plate insets, subdivision of like 4. Yeah. Max depth of 1. Yeah. It's got some weird shit going on the top now. Fun. I like it. It's kind of fun. Take a look at it here. Yeah, it's a bit busy. Can we still edit it? Yeah, we can. It's a bit busy. Let's set a maximum of 4. Or minimum, rather. Sorry, minimum of 3. Maximum of 6. See if that's a little less busy. It is a little less busy. Cutter cuts down 1. I think I like that better. Maybe we won't go quite up to 1. Maybe like 0.5. 0.5 seems pretty good. Let's try. I'm just playing with it. I want to do that, but I want some bigger ones too. It's just kind of how you want to play it. Inner margin of 0.05. This gives a little bit of whoop, and even offset off. Too much inner up. 0.01. Okay. I think it's still too many. Let's go back to 3. Yeah, I like 3 better. Okay, yeah, let's just do that. We're going to go with it. And again, I think it's time for some cables now. The cool thing with this one, it gives you all kinds of these little fun spots to put cables everywhere. Create a cable. Let's go from here to here. Let's see if that works, if we simulate it. It does fall too far. We can use this, 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 this. Simulate cable. If there's so, oh, come on. Simulate cable. The object you select before you simulate it uses as collisions. That works. Create another cable from here to here. Oh, it's backwards. Undo. Tab. Let's actually apply our mirror. Oh, V, face orientation, yeah. Tab A, Shift N. That'll be outside. Undo. Some of these are just, some of these got, when we pulled them out, they went through the face, and that's why they're reversed. It's not going to be a big deal for us, but we could just fix it, I suppose, on this one. Yeah. So like that, 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 that. Shift G, coplanar. Shift N. Well, I didn't get them all, but fine. Whatever, that gives me enough that I can do this. Create a cable there to there, and now it goes correctly. That's all I cared about. Alt V, face orientation off. Good deal. And we may have to do this several more times, but we'll see. D. Okay, tab. Whee! Some funkiness. We won't do too many. Create a cable. Vary them up in size a little bit. Oh yeah, I've not done a lot of decaling, honestly, myself either. I do not have decal machine. I kept meaning to get it, and I just haven't. But as to where you get good ones, there are, if you want to pay for them, there are a bunch of good ones on ArtStation. I've grabbed some. There are even some freebie kits. What I'd like to do is sort of have these things, see these from inside. Tab. GZ. Okay. Now, this. Simulate it. And see if it lays on top nicely. No, it doesn't. But actually, I don't mind it going into that one too much. Let's see. I'm okay with that. I'm going to just call it lazy, but that's fine. Those are just those cables, right? Nothing from our robot. We already joined them for our robot, didn't we? Or did we? I don't think we did, and that's what I want to make sure. Where did all my extra cables go? Tell me I didn't lose them. Oh, are they somewhere else? That's these cables, right. Oh, right. Move him back to there. These, apply them. We're okay, but let's just make sure we got them correct. Yep, they're all good. And join. Whew. What did I do? Okay. Those are our cables. Let's convert to mesh, or should be able to mirror it on this thing, right? Where's this thing center? Yeah. Alt X, mirror it. Why is it going away? What are you doing? Object, convert to mesh first. Fine. I'm doing that. There we go. cables everywhere. And apply. Nice. Let's start working on materializing some of this stuff. These bad boys. Grab the cables. Apply. We're just going to give them rubber, I think, for right now. We might change it later. Okay. These things, I don't know. We could try the spaceship one. Might be fun. Metal Shooting Sci-Fi Classic. Sure. And link. Materials. We'll probably have to UV them, though. Let's see. That one looks UV'd. This one definitely does not look UV'd. Smart UV project. Unwrap. Cool. This one. Link. Let's see if we would like it. Yeah, maybe. I don't think we're going to. Tab A, U, Smart UV project. Unwrap. Well, I don't hate that. It's actually better than I thought it would be. We're getting some stretching because we've not applied our subsurf, but I don't even, or sorry, solidify, but I don't even really mind it. This bad boy here. Let's just see. 1, 2, 3. Just going to join those together. Tab. Oh, and this one. Come on, get back to my normal. What do we got? Let's just join all those together. This one. This one, and this one. Where are we at? Glass go away, frame go away, floor go away. That is going to be stripe. And I want you to go away. Okay. And this thing is going to be top gack. And I want it to go away. And cables, I want to go away. So just this stuff left. Good. Join together. Tab A, M by distance. Remove those vertices. Cube projection. Sure. And metal sheeting classic. Let's see what it looks like. It's very dirty. The only way to use external frame. Internal. Don't think we need this one anymore. Hey, Zach. It's very dirty, but it's kind of cool looking. Floor. Kind of cool material we want to give the floor. Metal. That's something cool. Diamond pen. We can just go with the classic plate. Kind of works. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Yeah. Okay. I think our glass is too rough. I want it a little rough, but not that rough. So let's take a look at it. Roughness of try 0.1. This is such a weird glass roughness. 0.1. That's better. Yeah. Like I want it to be a little blurry, but I kind of want to see stuff outside and inside. Maybe even a little less. 0.05. More than that. 0.075. Okay. Glossy. Make that a little less. There we go. Alrighty. So we need a door at either end of some kind, or a passageway or something. Or at least on one end, so we can see what the hell we're doing. We don't necessarily have to shoot both directions. Let's see. What's the best way to do that? To use our internal guide again. And grab our end pieces. Turn off that. Oh, this is the new one. Turn off internal guide. Ends. Okay. We could just mirror them, I suppose, right? That's object, set origin to geometry. Yeah, right at the center now. Now we should be able to mirror them. Yeah, and they are. So, Skype is gone. End of an era. Can't say I ever really used it a lot, but I did use it some. When I lived in Japan, I used it some. I'm going to apply this first. Now I'm going to mirror it again. Okay, so now I get my wall, that thing. Okay, so this is our foundational door. We can just be as simple as inset, not that far. Cool. And E. In. That's enough for a door if that's all we care about. We could do some more funky stuff though. Let's do a little more funky stuff. Why not? One, where are we at? K. K. X, C. Oh, come on. Tab. I'm going to mirror it again later. KXC. Okay. KXC. Just give it some more faces. And KZ. KZC. There. KZC. To there. Okay, so now we got a lot more faces. And there. Cool. We don't have to use them all, but we got them all now. But let's use some. I'm gonna inset. I'm gonna keep track of how much. 0.05. Cool. And then inset 0.05. So we got all those the same size now. Now, inset. Yeah, 0.05 again. Sounds good. And then GY. We got some plating now. Woohoo! And this line right here, I want to bevel it, but not much, just a little. 0.01, 1 centimeter is fine. And in. And then we have a seam on our door that should kind of look right. Why did my door not line up? Oh, you bastard. Ah, you fucker. Always. Because I didn't have the center right. Okay. Maybe we do it again, or... Actually, let's just fun. Let's just play. 1. Where do we want to split? Let's see. I want to turn off hops mirroring, or apply it rather. Come on. Great. GX. It's actually not awful just to have that center thing there like that too. Okay. Now, object set origin to geometry. Yes, it's right there. Now, mirror right. Okay. Now we should be good. Yeah. And now we got to finish making our door. So we created kind of a side panel, which is kind of neat actually. Now this is our door. Okay, and it's the same kind of vibe. Inset, just a little bit. Okay. We go 5. Okay, and let's apply that. Yep, there we go. And then come here. That whole thing, yes. Bevel. 0.01. Great. And E in whatever amount, doesn't really matter. Then we're just gonna grab that. I 0.05. And then don't think I actually measured how far it was, but that's further than the other one, but that's fine. Yeah, well, hey. Okay, so there's our door. And you can make it something else. Wouldn't really be concrete. Let's try classic again. Take a look at it, see what it looks like. Certainly hasn't been UV'd. Key project. Interesting. It's actually not awful. Just kept it down the center thing, right? Let's see where it put it. Kind of don't hate that. Might just do that. We could try, I suppose. Just these. That's kind of neat. Yeah. No nuts. Let's do it. That is kind of neat. Okay, so we've created our bridge. The only thing the bridge doesn't have is lights. We probably want to give it some lights. Let's grab this thing. We'll just solo it. And Shift-G coplanar. So that's that thing. Okay. And then there to there. Right? Sure. They're all roughly the same size. Looks pretty good. We don't want these back ones here. Let's just make sure we just got those. I think that one's above something else, so let's just get rid of it. Okay. Inset. Ooh, individual lights. Could be fun. Sure. Other way. Down. Something's not scaled right, but that's fine. Control A, rotation scale. Now, inset. Cool. And E, and back up, not that much. That much. And plus, assign. White, warm, or cool? Probably cool. Q, sharpen. Bring it back. We have lights. Yes. That looks really good, actually. I can deal with that. Okay. I want a few things on the outside of this structure. We're just gonna git bash that quickly, though. Turn this in. Yeah, it's thinking. It's not really big enough for what I wanted. But it will do kind of for what the plan for this part at least. Let's reverse it though, or just sure. That's fine. Great. And we can't mirror it because it's a collection, right? Yeah, it's an object this time. Interesting. Can we mirror it then on this? Yeah, we can. New collection. Exterior. Cool. And background buildings. Just going to grab a couple of these because we shouldn't even necessarily see them too much. It's just going to be, that looks like a good scale one. Yeah, that's a real building. Can I make this a part of that? Yeah. Good deal. And then we're just going to take the same building and go across like that. So now we can look from inside here. We should be able to see, yeah, we got stuff on the outside now. And because we built this on the outside, we can actually look at from the outside, which is cool too. We built the inside and the outside of this guy, which I like. Almost like it was intentional. Then let's take another, let's see. I want some Soviet buildings too. But let's throw a large in here, and then we'll throw some Soviet buildings in there too. And 7. Go back out of here. Maybe, well, I like it there. I actually like it there more than there. So let's move over to here. And then grab some Soviet buildings. City builder. Large Soviet buildings, which are not as large as these buildings. But that's okay. So again, we can kind of see, I want to get that mixture of old and new. Cool. I'm going to move it this way just a little bit, and then Alt-D, duplicate it and put it beside. And then we're not going crazy because all this stuff should be mostly blurry from lens blur anyway. We just want to be able to see that, yes, there are some buildings. Cool. And then let's throw a different large building in. That's a really large building. Okay. Yeah, that'll work for us. And I don't think we really need it on both sides too far, just because we can pick how we're looking at it. But let's grab. Because we're not actually at that high a poly count, really. We did Soviet large 1 and Soviet large 4. Let's do Soviet large 3. I'm going for wide side, basically. Maximum space taking. And over here too. So just so we kind of have, if we look at our walkway, we can see what we're doing. Yeah, it feels like a city, right? Cool. Let's turn off our dude who doesn't exist. Oh, and all these buildings should not be in camera. None of this should be in camera. Up to exterior, right? Exterior. Cool. Walkway. Internal guide is turned off. External guide is turned off. Good. Human gen. Goodbye, Joaquin. That's going into walkway. Sphere. Bot. I can't imagine what pope would cause you to have to look that up, Michael. There's our bot coming across our walkway. Save. Sky. HDR. Where import. I think we're going to go with cloudy. Definitely we want night though. I say 1150. I saw a news report. It was like first American Pope in 2,000 years. I'm like, no, first American Pope in 200 and what, 50 years, roughly. You can't really go back much further than that, guys. I'd like to have seen an American Pope from like 1000 AD. That would be a piece of work. Still a better Pope than, no, wait. Okay, yeah. That's pretty cool. We want to maybe take it back to 7. Bring in a light. Ooh, you know what we want? We want the floor lighting. Shift A. Mesh plane. We did this with a spaceship the other day, right? S100. Rotation scale. Shading. New. Get rid of the principled. Emission. To the Scifi. And let me go find a good city picture. 1 second. Textures. Let's do this one. I think we did this one last time too. It's a good one though. Not like the world's highest res picture or anything. Let's just UV it so it's straight though. Cube projection. There we go. But now it gives us ground effect lighting from our thing, which we need to move down to the ground. 1 GZ down to like there. We really should set a camera. Something like that. Cool. Now let's fix our cameras. Camera area Alexa. We're going to go with a depth of, I don't know, it's not a kilometer, but a kilometer. Lens, the anamorphic. The new update to Photographer came out today, by the way. I need to install it still. I just haven't done it yet. But hopefully we'll fix that damn bug where it stops working. I have to exit and go back in again. Resolution. He said it was mostly a bug fix release. I like that. I don't like the text. We got to get rid of that. That sign's got to go. What we got over here? Is it a... It is a... Okay. A... Make instances real. Tab. I'm just going to get rid of these. L, 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 X, faces. That's better. Yeah. That looks pretty cool. That's pretty much what I was hoping for. Let's get rid of the floor. And we could add a little bit of fog if we wanted to. I think it's going to kind of unify it together more. Let's do that real quick. And then we'll call it. All right. Ground fogs. God ray fog. Fog it up. Scale. Cool. We do not need this much fog, but you know, whatever. Whatever. We don't need that much fog. It's fine. Control A. Rotation and scale. Gonna make it. We're gonna leave it maybe this kind of fog today and keep it as smoggy more than like actual atmospheric fog. Let's see how we feel about it. 0.2. That's still too bright, or too dense rather. 0.1. Still 0.03. That's being better. That gives us a little bit. Let's see how we feel with it, with and without. With, without. It's subtle. Maybe a little more. Cool. And maybe go a bit brighter. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's set our focus to our bridge, which we will zoom in on later as we go forward. But that's feeling kind of cool to me. I don't even mind this thing here, although we could see me. Big, medium, small, cyberpunk, street assets, 2K. Then just go to exterior. I want to scale it up. Give ourselves a foreground thing like that. Not quite so foregroundy. Let's see. like that. Take a look. Yeah, I think that's nice to have that break it up. I'm going to drop the sign part down. Going to give us just a little bit of depth, or more depth. Okay. Well, not a bad day, guys. So let's turn off exteriors and see what we did, because we didn't really do any of that. We made our walkway, inside and outside. We took yesterday's robot and we gave him some more wires. This is the other robot we didn't pick yesterday, so we just increased the detail on him a bit. Gave him some texturing, some lights. He looks pretty badass now as far as I'm concerned. And yeah, I think it's not a bad day. Not bad for an hour and a half. Anyway, I'm going to call it here, but thanks for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I will be back again on Monday, as far as I know, and we will keep doing some more stuff. I think, I don't know, unless I come up with some cool new ideas, we probably have another week, maybe 2 weeks left in this project, and then it will have been essentially 6 months, and it's probably time to move on to a new project. I think this is one of the longer ones I've actually done. But anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. Take care, and I hopefully will see you next week. Later.